So, welcome to St Brigid's Cathedral in County Kildare. So, St Brigid was one of Ireland's three patron saints, along with St Patrick and St Columba. She was supposedly originally born in near Dundalk, County Louth. Her father was a chieftain, and her mother was a Christian slave. So that's probably where she got her first lessons in Christianity, was from her mother. And from a young age, she was said to have been very generous and hospitable. And she came to Kildare and founded a monastery on the grounds here for both men and women. It would have been a wooden structure originally. There's a couple of little buildings dotted around that would have been connected with her, such as St Brigid's Holy Well, which is down there, there now the Kildare village. But this cathedral, now unfortunately it's closed, so I can't actually show the inside of the cathedral. This cathedral was a Norman building, and it's built like a crucifix, in the shape of a crucifix. I don't know what this building is now, to be fair. Under this under this I can't really read that, but something about County Kildare, died 1771. I'm assuming some sort of bishop. But sorry, I'll continue on with what I do know is that it's a Norman cathedral built in a crucifix style. And it's actually a Church of Ireland church now. So at the time St Brigid was here, Christianity was just Christianity. It had obviously came kind of from Rome, but it wasn't split how it is now. So it was built on the ground of her former monastery, and the grounds are now Church of Ireland grounds. And this is famous round tower, built in the 8th or 9th century. And we used to, when I was younger, my parents worked in the markets that were on Kildare town on Thursdays. I think they're still there, but we used to go up this probably once a week. And there's a cage at the top now that wasn't there when we were there, and like we were only 11 or 12. It was a bit mad that we were able to go up and there was no cage on top. But it's one of the best preserved round towers in Ireland. And now you can see there, like this, how high the doorway entrance is. So that's a €5 to enter, €3 for under 18s. I think when we went it was like, I don't know, free. I don't remember paying. I think we came so often we might have just got in. But it's closed now, and there's a sign at the front of the cathedral saying it's closed for winter. So I'm not sure when it'll be open again. But St Brigid, continue on. She's very closely associated with St Brigid's cross, which I'll pop into the video somewhere. It was made from bushes, and the idea was that people could make these themselves at home, make their own crucifix, and it would protect your home. But St Brigid's cross, and then also the grounds of the monastery, I can't remember the story completely, but she was asking for land, and the local leaders, or whoever, the chiefs of the area, said, okay, you can have as much land as your cloak can cover. So she said okay, and supposedly when she took off her cloak to put it on the ground, her cloak spread out and took over all the area that's within this monastery now. So all the surrounding walls. So that's one of her supposed famous what I'm trying to get at. One of her famous what's the word? Miracles. One of her famous miracles. And this is the actual area. The foundation of St Brigid's Fire Temple, restored in 1988. So this would have been a temple used, or this area supposedly the temple, the original location of the founding of the monastery. It was just in this little square. You can see it here. It's just written. foundations of St Brigid's fire temple restored in 1988. There's some world, I'm assuming World War One, maybe World War Two. Headstones, 1915, yeah, so all World War One. Now, the inside of this is, so that's kind of the crucifix, so that's that's like the base. Obviously, if they're an aerial shot, but I don't have it drawn. So you'll have to Google search that one yourself. And yeah, it's closed for winter, so obviously you can walk around the grounds, but the inside closed, and it's actually very nice inside it from memory. But unfortunately, that I can't go in. So apologies for that. I thought, especially Christmas like time, it would be open, but obviously wrong. I don't believe she's buried here. I think she was buried up in Armagh with St Patrick, and then a tomb of John Lee Knight and his wife. That's a big crypt. Maybe these ones as well. I don't know what this is. Foundation stones or something else, maybe. But yeah, now it's in the care of the Church of Ireland. I always wondered what this was. When we were younger, I thought it was a fireplace. Like an ancient one. But if anyone knows in the video, please let me know. I never knew what it was. Just some slabs, some gravestones. I see it's very well kept. The two little figures there above the drains. This is a crypt. This used to not be here either, this first gate. The second gate was always there. So that's a crypt, maybe storage. 14th century burial vault, called locally St Brigid's Kitchen. Oh yeah, so I remember that actually. That's what it says there in the top plaque. I don't think it's open. We'll try and see the door if it's open, but I doubt it. It's usually... No, closed unfortunately, so... But definitely, it's worth a visit. Lots of old headstones. Most of them are worn. There's not much detail. So that. But there's St Brigid there, working on her book. I think that's a bishop's hat. And then this would be, I'm not sure, probably someone that donated to the cathedral for its upkeep back in the day. That's St Brigid's Cathedral in County Kildare.